Yeah, we can hear you.
Yep.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Randy Anderson here with another episode of the Average Guy podcast on the Average Guy Studios. And you guys know how we usually start this off. Let's show about appreciation real quick. Hold on. Actually, all right. Top countries. The United States is United States. With 28. Appreciate y'all. Was that United Republic of Tanzania? Hey, you know what I'm saying? Thank y'all. Hopefully one day in my life I'll be able to go there. But it was two over there. Was that I don't know how to say that last name. Rasan. I'll be honest with you, I don't know how to say that, but thank y'all. Top cities.
The Russian Federation.
Yeah,
Russian Federation. Thank y'all. The top cities is Oak Grove, Missouri, Pittsburgh, Indiana, or no, Pittsburgh, Indiana. I think that's how you say that. In Montana, Pittsburgh, and was that Mountain View, CA? I'm guessing that's in California.
Yeah, Mountain View, California.
All right. So you guys know how we usually do this. We talk about sports, hot topics, make sure everything else is good. All right. Sports, hot topics, and then we get it off our chest. If we have listener questions, we'll get to those. All right. So let's start off with the sports. The biggest question of the night with sports for me is Carmelo Anthony has been bought out of his contract in Oklahoma City. Where do you guys think he will end up? Do you think he'll end up in Houston?
He better not. They want to win a title.
and if he does, Houston, do they have a problem?
Only if he's willing to take a lower role, not he won't. I think he still might want to be the star, but it depends on him. And the coach, really, they're gonna have to reel him in, but because he just doesn't have it, I really don't see him being a fit really for. I mean, like I said, in his state, you know what I'm saying, how he was playing last year, I don't see him being a fit for any NBA team. But if he takes a diminished role, and yeah, he can be effective. He can, stretch out the offense, still do what he does. But yeah, if he's still trying to be a star, all he's gonna do is take away possessions to whatever team he's going to. So,
okay, Lauren, what you got for us?
I totally agree with Corey. It's time for him to accept that he's probably best coming off the bench, leading the second unit. I mean, Houston already has enough issues. I don't see them. I mean, he doesn't make them a contender at all, at all. I would say if he were to go, if he wants to still start, I think, I don't know. I mean, Miami might give him that option because I know that's one of the teams that was going to pitch to him. But, right. I mean, me personally, I don't think that they're the team. If I was in any level of leadership, whether it's a coach or a GM or, I wouldn't even want him, honestly, because I don't think that he's willing to accept a diminished role. I mean, he made it pretty clear in his exit interviews that he didn't want to not start. Right. So it's hard for me to imagine all of a sudden he would have a change of heart. Right. The only way he's going to be able to do what he wants to do is for him to come off the bench as a sixth man and be the scoring threat for the second unit. That's the only way for him to be able to do the things that he wants to do. But I know a lot of people, I've listened to some sports podcasts and people were talking about, maybe he's, rejuvenated, but I just don't see it. I think at this point in his career, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if anything, if I were him, I would take the veterans minimum and go play for Golden State and sit on the bench. I really would. Really? I think at this point,
Golden State.
yeah, go get a title at this point. That's because I mean he doesn't have anything left to prove in the NBA. I mean, so the only thing left for him to do is go get a title. So why not go sit on the bench somewhere and try to get you a free one?
What's bad is I could see that happening. I could definitely see that happening. But I mean, Houston lost Trevor Ariza. Trevor Ariza signed a 1-year deal with the Phoenix Suns, and they also lost another guard. So I mean, Houston,
Bamute.
yeah, and Bamute. So Houston, he might be available for y'all. Honestly, unfortunately. Devin Booker signed a multi-year deal, a 5-year deal for $158 million for Phoenix. So shout out to Devin Booker.
Means they locked in to him. That means they locked in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, man, if him and DeAndre or Ayton is Shaq and Kobe 2.0, man. That's what they said.
That's what I've been hearing.
Everybody got to pump the brakes. They got to put in their work. They got to put in their work first. Yeah.
Man, they got Trevor Ariza now, man. They're going to the playoffs.
Hey, I mean, I've seen crazier. And they're not that bad. They ain't not that.
They ain't going to the playoffs, man.
They just need a few pieces and like give them like the smooth 6 years, and then you could possibly talk about that.
But Devin Booker been in the league for 10 years and 6 years.
Yeah, that's too long. I give him about 2 years. Yeah, about 2 years at the most. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Brook Lopez is a free agent, but he signed back with the Lakers for yeah. No, he didn't.
Nah, he went.
Got fake news.
Yeah, he signed with somebody else. I don't remember who it was, but the Lakers didn't match the qualifying offer because he's a restricted free agent. But yeah, I had to look that up because he signed with somebody else.
Hold on, real quick.
I pray he did.
With the Bucks.
I pray. He's with the Bucks. Okay, good. Yeah, I was praying he wasn't back with the Lakers.
Wow, he can shoot threes now. That's what LeBron needs, a 3-point shooter.
You said what? Shoot, man. We got LeBron's gonna have to change his whole game up with LA, but we'll get into that. But,
yeah, definitely.
Back on just one more thing on Carmelo Anthony. They saying I didn't think of this. Miami's a viable pick. I think that might be his best option right there. He can fit in as long as he, like I said, he'll take a reduced role. He won't be the star or anything. You don't think so? Why? No. Why not?
Lauren, I'll let you go first.
I don't think that he's interested. Like, I really don't think he's interested in a reduced role. You know what I'm saying? So I think anywhere he goes, he's gonna be a locker room cancer, man.
Yeah,
Here, right. I got a team for him.
Don't you dare say Sacramento.
Go back to Denver.
No. I'm good.
Nah. You might as well go to Miami if you do that. Nah.
Denver's a decent team right now. You know what I'm saying? We young team.
Denver's building. They ain't got time for that.
Yeah. I thought you was gonna say Sacramento, but no, you said Denver. That's crazy. That is crazy. All right. Yeah. Like Lauren said, I don't believe he will. I don't think he's willing. I would have thought he would have been willing to take a reduced role in OKC. After the whole New York Knicks thing with him and all the players, all his teammates like bumping heads every now and then. And I was like, yeah, bro. And he did the same thing. He did the same thing in Denver when he was like literally the guy in Denver because he would bump heads with the coach all the time because Denver is my second team. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know where you're gonna go, but bro, if he does go to Houston, he's gonna have to come off the bench. But I doubt that'll happen.
He need to go to the JBA. Go there with LeBron. hop on. They can him, LiAngelo, and what's the youngest one? LaMelo. Yeah, they can make. Yeah. There you go. Carmelo, LaMelo, LiAngelo.
Wow.
All their names sound the damn same, so they can make a big three over in JBA. Yeah.
Right.
I like the Ninja Turtles.
Right, they're gonna be shooting.
The nigga.
They're gonna fuck around and break 200 every game.
Right.
Taking the threes.
That's funny.
And the best news that I heard all week was Chicago finally didn't fuck up for once. And we re-signed free agent Zach LaVine. Yes.
You fucked up.
What?
For how much? Huh?
4 years, like 80 million.
Yeah.
That's not bad. That's not bad. I thought they was going. I thought they were gonna get ahead of themselves and try to look at him as a star and try to throw him about 150 million or something. So yeah, 80 million. And Zach LaVine's looked at one of they central pieces. So yeah, 80 million. That's not bad. 20, I think he. With the whole collective bargaining and how everybody's getting paid now, you don't think Zach LaVine's worth 20 million?
Yeah. Yeah, because he's a good two. You know what I'm saying? He can score and everything else. But what was you gonna say?
Now Tristan Thompson's getting like 85 million. Now that's robbery, but he can thank LeBron. He can thank LeBron for that. But
that's facts.
Yeah, he don't deserve that. But Zach LaVine, yeah, I'll give him 80 million.
All right. So hold on. I just had Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard is traded to what team? Well, he's traded to the Wizards. He got traded to the Washington Wizards.
Yeah.
After he was traded to another team, which is wild.
Yeah.
No, yeah, after he got traded from Charlotte to, I think it was the Brooklyn Nets.
The Nets, yeah.
And then the Nets traded him to Washington. So what is your thoughts on that?
What did Washington give up?
It does not say.
For who?
It doesn't say. To sign free agents deal with Washington Wizards league sources. It doesn't say.
Talking about Gortat?
Nah, Gortat went somewhere else. I forgot where he went. But yeah, it doesn't say. It doesn't say who they traded him for.
Yeah.
Who?
For Dwight Howard.
They probably didn't trade him for anybody. He was working on a buyout.
Oh man.
Yeah,
they bought him out. Yeah, the Nets sent him wait a minute. No, wait a minute. Okay. That's it was a buyout. Yep.
It's signed free agents. Okay. All right.
Yeah. He got bought out in
Charlotte
too.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, they just shipping him around, man. That's
Dwight Howard like a video hoe.
Yeah. He prostitute, man. Passing him around.
All right, and more in the NBA real quick. Tony Parker agreed to a 2-year, $10 million with Charlotte. What is your thoughts on that?
I mean, cheap. It's cheap. You know what I'm saying? He'll either back up Kemba Walker, most likely what he'll do. You know what I'm saying? Come off the bench and back up Kemba. I don't know. He one of them players, man. It's sad to see him leave the only franchise he's ever played for. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he spent 15 years with the Spurs. So I guess I just thought that, he would be there till he retired, but the Spurs wouldn't offer him no bread. Now that they got DeJounte Murray, you know what I'm saying, as a solid point guard, you know what I'm saying, he wasn't gonna start. And I think he probably would have lost minutes anyway to Patty Mills, because Patty Mills is the backup point guard.
Yeah.
So just wasn't no minutes for him. So I mean, I guess if he still feels like he has value to a team, which I think he actually does, gotta go somewhere else and get some money.
All right, Corey, what you got for us?
Yeah, it's perfect. Back up Kemba Walker. It's time for him to go in San Antonio anyway. Hopefully, you never know what could go on, what kind of talks can happen. It looks like a lost cause at this point that Kawhi Leonard's gonna be moving on, but you never know. One of the main people he was having issues with was Tony Parker. So, and that may have been the first cog in getting Kawhi back. So I don't know. Kawhi. Tony Parker's been there. God damn, man. You know what I'm saying? We were in high school, man, when he was still playing for the Spurs, man. taking them to the championships or getting their ass whooped by my Lakers. Yeah, they man, it was you know, I don't know. It'll be cool. He'll be backing up Kemba Walker, give him some veteran leadership, you know, as far as playoff, to give him different things, you know what I'm saying, how to move in the playoffs. Because, you know, it's 70% of it, you know what I'm saying, probably more than that is probably mental when it comes to the playoffs. And so Tony will be able to guide him down that, you know, guide him down through that direction. You know what I'm saying? And just keep your wife away from him. Keep your wife away from him. You know, Tony can't control himself around people's wives, man. So that's the only thing down there in Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? Might try to fuck Jordan's wife or something. We don't know. So
he'd be like, I speak that French.
Yeah. Put that
the language of love.
Yeah, the wee. Yeah.
All right. Grayson Allen. I watched a few of the Summer League games, and him and Trae Young got into it. I don't believe Grayson Allen might last too long in NBA. He gonna get hands. So what is your thoughts?
I mean, like that particular play, I think he was trying to prove. I guess he's trying to prove himself. You know, in Summer League, he's a rookie. You know, he want to show that he plays defense. You know, and Trae Young just basically went underneath him like most other players do in the NBA. When you get somebody up on you like that, the problem is Trae Young is small.
That's true.
So he literally went under him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, he's gonna have some. I think that's who he is, though. Like, and I don't know if that's bad, but I think that's kind of just the type of player that he is. You know what I'm saying? Where, you know, he ain't afraid to get chippy. You know, and so. I mean, yeah, somebody gonna get mad. You know what I'm saying? It's still on him for sure. You know what I'm saying? If he keeps it up. At the same way you saw that particular play, but I don't see it being a problem. Like, I mean, Trae Young is not looking too good right now. You know what I'm saying, against lesser talent. So it'll be interesting to see as he develops this year if he actually will be a solid player or not. Because I mean, he ain't found his shot yet. At least, I mean, maybe he'll find it eventually. But right now, it's not there, and he's not willing to do some of the other things to make himself successful. You know, passing the ball, you know, maybe passing the set up for a better shot, you know, because he shoots a lot of threes where he, you know, either dribbles into it or, you know what I'm saying, he's got a half step before he lets it go. Like, he does a lot of that, and I don't know if he's trying to prove himself or that's just what his game is, but it's not impressive. I mean, Colin Sexton is looking way better than him right now, and those were the two top-rated point guards coming out to draft, and Colin Sexton is looking way better than him. Yeah. It's still Summer League, but Summer League does say something about you if you can't play up to that level of talent.
Right. Corey, what you got?
Yeah, Trae Young's looking like a big bust. That one was that was like a shot in the dark. You didn't know what you really gonna get. You could get something special. You could get a complete dud. And I think Atlanta gambled on that one. And ultimately, I think it's gonna they're gonna pay for it. I don't think it's gonna really turn out to be much in the end. And as far as Grayson Allen, he's a chippy player. Just keep that same energy because it's gonna get tougher in the NBA. You know, a lot of guys, you know, who are chippy in college, and you know, all rah in college. You know, they catch they start catching the Draymond elbow or something, man. You know, Zach go against Zach Randolph or somebody that separate the men from the boys. But if he still, you know, keep that same energy, I think he could be something strong for the Jazz. That's another energy player coming off the I don't know if the bench. Like I said, I don't know. I don't think he'll be starting or anything off the bat. But that's another good player for Utah. So We'll see where that goes. It'll provide them a lot of energy, and they'll need him. You just keep that same energy. Keep that same energy.
All right, and still
I got a new nickname for Trae Young. Swaggy Peanut.
Swaggy Peanut. Oh shit! So you see, he's predicting he's gonna be the next Nick Young, guys.
Yeah.
Damn.
Nah, he won't be as.
It's tall.
I don't even think he'll be. He won't be as productive. I don't even think he'll be as productive, man.
Well, I think the right coach will say, "Hey, the game's gonna come to you. Slow down, set your teammates up, and that'll open you up for better shots." Like that's what he's got to do. He's got to settle down and stop trying to prove himself to be a scorer. We all know he can shoot, but he did also average 10 assists a game in college. You know, so he needs to slow down, set his teammates up, and then that'll open them up for better shots. I just think he's playing too fast right now. I mean, I don't think he's gonna be like this great NBA player by any stretch of the imagination.
Right.
But he could be solid if he just lets the game come to him and slow down a little bit.
Okay. All right. So
LaMelo Ball with a shot.
LaMelo Ball with a shot. All right. So
Avery Johnson. My name is Avery Johnson.
Continuing on in the NBA, where do you guys think Kawhi will land?
This year, Spurs.
You staying with the Spurs? All right.
He gonna be with the Spurs I put it like this. He'll be with the Spurs to the trade deadline, and then after that, it'll depend on whether or not San Antonio wants to play hardball. You know, because this is the bad thing about media right now is so many things are being reported. You know what I'm saying? We hear, you know, he's got a tumultuous relationship with San Antonio right now that he's telling every team, I'm on a 1-year rental, so if you take me for this year, I'm going to LA regardless. So you're hearing a lot of things in the media. So it's kind of hard to know what to believe. But, I mean, one thing we do know is the Spurs is asking for a lot to get him. And so no team that wants him, I don't think is willing to give that up, you know, because it's like if I only got him for a 1-year rental, I'm giving up 2 young players plus draft picks in the future. Like, that's just too much to give up for somebody that I'm only going to have for a year and then he's out. So, like, I mean, that works in LA's hands, you know what I'm saying, the best, because they could say, well, we're not gonna give up anything for you, but next year, you know, you can just walk right on in the office and you could. But that also could play against him because he could be like, you know, maybe Kawhi kind of soft and he like, man, how come y'all didn't chase after me? You know, because they're talking about Boston, Philadelphia, obviously LA, and then Toronto is the new dark horse. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Toronto's the new dark horse. They're talking about a trade that involves DeMar DeRozan and one of the rookies, you know what I'm saying, from last year. So that's kind of been, at least that's been put out in the media to go to Air Canada. But now I think at the end of the day, I think he's with the Spurs until the trade deadline. And then it could depend on a lot of things. I mean, if the Lakers are desperate, maybe at the trade deadline they're willing to give up more pieces. Or maybe something happens to where LeVar Ball don't shut the hell up and they like, yeah, we'll give you Lonzo. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, last that was reported is that San Antonio wanted Ingram, Kyle Kuzma, Josh Hart, and a first-round draft pick. And that's a lot. Like, I wouldn't give up all of that for Kawhi. And I think Kawhi is a great player, but that's giving up all your youth, like all of it. You know what I'm saying? That will leave you stuck with Lonzo Ball. And I'm sorry, but if I'm going to get stuck with somebody, it ain't going to be Lonzo.
Right.
All right, Corey, what you got for us?
Yeah, I think, man, Kawhi, it probably end up, man, in I just don't see him going to the West. Like I keep saying, man. I think those Eastern Conference teams got enough to trade for him. You know what I'm saying? They got enough. Mainly, like I said, Boston. I just can't see him going to the West. Some of these stories, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's his uncle or it's him. It seems kind of uncharacteristic of Kawhi. You know, some of the things he said, like, you know, he sounds selfish at times, saying he don't want to play behind LeBron or anything, which is maybe, you know, now you think of that, that's understandable, you know, because LeBron is a difficult person to play with. Right. But, you know, he may want to go to the Clippers, and I don't know. It's just been a long ongoing saga with him, man. I hope they're able to work this out. Like I said, he should end up the best bet would be for him to stay in San Antonio and they iron that out like men, you know what I'm saying, and come together. But you never know what was said behind the scenes, and you never know what was said behind the scenes and what could they may have said something, or something may have been done that's unforgivable, and it's just not being said. Kawhi might be a person where he's just like, I'm not even gonna put it in the media or anything like that. I'm just gonna do my thing, and I'll let them think what they think. Some people are just like that, but it is an odd situation. So yeah, if anything, like I said, I don't see him going anywhere really, but Boston, as far as trades right now, Boston would be the only, unless Golden State made a move, unless Golden State made a move or something, yeah, they got guys you could trade, but those are the only ones I really see, have any real value as far as his destinations and him, building a contender. Any place, there's plenty of places though he can, he'll be a star. It's just, it depends on if the team wants to restart everything, how they want to, restructure their team. Like you said, Toronto, that's a good one. It'll be a whole restructuring process, a whole new look of how they move and everything. So, yeah, we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, all right. And at the end of the NBA, let's move over to the UFC. The first time we're talking about the UFC. So Daniel Cormier beat, I guess, or he won the heavyweight. It was heavyweight, or what is Daniel Cormier?
Yeah, he won the heavyweights.
Okay.
Because he was a light heavyweight, and then
that's what I thought.
He moved up in weight class to go for the heavyweight title. So yeah.
So okay. So he won it, and now Brock Lesnar is coming back. All right. Before that, Brock Lesnar, you want to be a boxer? No, my bad. You want to be a wrestler, a WWE superstar. Then you wanted after it got too real for you there. You wanted to go to what did he say? He said it's not real enough. I need real competition.
Yeah. Then he went to the Vikings.
Oh no! That's right. He did play football.
Yeah, he went to the Vikings and got cut by them. Then went in UFC. You know what I'm saying, as a novelty act, and got his ass kicked there. And then said go to back to WWE. And now, man, this the whole thing. UFC is damn near like the WWE too. They hold just the whole way they set up everything. Just the fact Brock Lesnar's getting all of this off of his name, and he's a marquee name. He's always been, somebody you see like, oh, Brock Lesnar, especially back in the day. You can see the little difference. He's not as cut as he used to be. You know what I'm saying? That when they were on them when WWE was allowing them to be on those steroids and everything, you know what I'm saying? Brock was something out of this world, but he looked kind of, he ain't scaring them guys too much anymore. Yeah. Who was that? I think it was Cain Velasquez whooped his ass, and somebody else. Yeah, they gave it right to him. They took it right to him, man.
Well, but he actually won the title last time, but he had to vacate it because of steroids.
Yeah, he wasn't fighting nobody though. They fed him some opponents and everything. He wasn't. Like once he got in there, somebody who's real technical. Both times, I think he lost more than a couple times, but I can remember those 2 times. Yeah, I can remember those 2 times he got his ass whooped. Those guys with real technical ability. Saying not just raw power and let me beat the hell out of you for 5 seconds. Same thing Ronda Rousey went through. Ronda Rousey's riding the WWF with him. So I don't know. So is he still officially in the WWF? WWE?
Brock
Lesnar. Because I know he's still officially there. Yeah, he's a champion. He don't fucking come. He don't fucking come around. He's a champion in that, and he ain't been fucking around. I think they usually got a title defense in WWE like every every month or so, and this motherfucker ain't been around for months. You know what I'm saying? So
I know right. The reason he left the UFC is because he had some type of kidney issue.
Oh yeah. Tuberculosis.
So that's why he that's one of the reasons that he got out. The other reasons because it's on steroids. And he knew he was gonna talk, but and then he, I mean, it's all entertainment, you know what I'm saying? I mean, Cormier called him out, was like, get your ass in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Because Cormier he said, I only got one more fight left, and that's it. I told my family when I turn 40, which is next year, I'm retiring, I'm getting out the game. I've made a ton of money. You know what I'm saying? So Cormier said he done. So the question is who does he want his last fight to be? Does he want it to be against a Brock Lesnar where he will likely go out on top? You know what I'm saying? Because Brock would lose. Although Cormier hurt his back moving up in weight class. You know what I'm saying? He carried more weight. You know what I'm saying? So he hurt his back while he was training for this last fight. But or he could rematch the dude that he just beat too. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of he's got some options out there, you know what I'm saying? I was watching when my man Bones Jones was in there tearing everybody's head off. You know what I'm saying? But he wanted to snort and take steroids too. You know what I'm saying? So here's the thing with Brock Lesnar. If Brock Lesnar for him to entertain a fight, like he has to go into drug rehab because the UFC suspended him for steroids. Yep. So he would have to go into drug rehab anyway. But man, like I haven't watched the UFC fight in quite some time. You know what I'm saying? Like my man was always Anderson Silva. You know what I'm saying? That was my guy back in the day. And then Bones Jones, you know what I'm saying? Bones Jones will knock your head off, you know what I'm saying? And give you a hug and pat you on the head. You know what I mean? Now he was skilled. Now he was a skilled fighter. You know what I'm saying? Hit you with them quick elbows, you know what I'm saying? Have you going night-night. But Cormier, I mean, that's the fight that I want to see. I always would want to see Cormier fight Bones Jones.
Man, it's
career with that one.
Man, it's gonna be some scripted stuff, man. Somebody gonna run in with a damn steel chair or some shit. You know what I'm saying? hit him with the title in his head. Like, did you see that mess after the fight? They came out cutting promos and stuff. Like, come on, man.
Hey, man.
Dana White, man.
You cannot be mad at Conor McGregor for doing that, man. When you get whopped in your head by Floyd like that, I mean, probably still dealing with that.
That's just what I was about to go to. I was just about to say, Conor McGregor, all that crap with the bus and everything.
Yeah, that's concussion related post-traumatic stuff.
Yeah. And Dana White trying to act like he don't know what's going. Dana White's in on all of this, man. They did all that. Brock Lesnar ran into the ring and then cut a WWE promo and everything. You know, like, oh, come on. So I don't know, man. UFC, man, they've been pulling these antics for a while, man. I mean, I think they should. I understand they're trying to get more viewers and everything, but man, just keep the sport pure. You know what I'm saying? To let everything happen. You know what I'm saying? Just let it happen. You know what I'm saying? If somebody wants to be that, let them be that, and if they don't, they want to be more reserved, let them be that. You know what I'm saying? Trying to create something, out of nothing is just, it makes it look silly. It looks just like WWF, you know what I'm saying? Try to have the bad guy and the good guy, and all that stuff. Like, come on, man. So, nah. And they do it sometimes in like sports like boxing. It's a little more, they do the same thing. Boxing, the boxing gets caught up doing the same thing. It's all, just for TV, but come on, hopping in the ring. And like you said, Conor McGregor, the bus thing, him climbing the cage, climbing over and getting into it and all. That's like, come on, man. Like Dana White, get your promotion, but it'll bring some. Yeah.
All right. So moving off of that, let's talk about the NFL real quick. Who are the top 5 best running backs in the NFL? Go ahead and give us your list. Corey, you want to go first?
The top 5 in particular order?
No particular order.
No particular order. Let's say LaShawn McCoy is one.
We'll talk about that after this.
How fitting. LaShawn McCoy. I think in his current system, Alvin Kamara. I might be wrong though. Alvin Kamara stands out. Yeah. Le'Veon Bell, of course. Le'Veon Bell's the best running back in the NFL to me. Trying to think, man. Ezekiel Elliott. We got one more. Oh, Todd Gurley. So yeah, LaShawn McCoy, Todd Gurley, Ezekiel Elliott, Alvin Kamara, maybe Kareem. Maybe you can substitute him with Kareem Hunt.
Okay.
Maybe Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt had a big season. Maybe Kareem Hunt. It's going to be interesting. So some of those guys are, you can alternate out because then you got Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette's entering his second season. So you'll see improvement. You can expect improvement out of him. Like Ezekiel Elliott. But I think the main ones for real are Le'Veon Bell, Todd Gurley, and Ezekiel Elliott. And I want to make sure I feel like I'm forgetting somebody, but I think that's no.
No beast mode.
That's my guy, but no.
All right, I'll give y'all mine real quick. I'm gonna go Le'Veon Bell, David Johnson, Leonard Fournette, Todd Gurley, and I'll give it to Kamara. I really have a feeling since Ingram's gonna be gone a couple games this year that Kamara is gonna really bust out. So, and he's predicted to be a top 5 pick in the NFL draft.
Yeah.
Lauren, it's on you.
Man, let's see. I give it to you in order. Le'Veon's number 1.
Yeah.
David Johnson's number 2. Number 3, I'm gonna give it to Zeke Elliott. Zeke Elliott, I give Zeke number 3. Number 4. If I'm being honest with myself, Shady McCoy is number 4. Number 5 could go. I go a lot of different ways. Sometimes I say Kamara. Sometimes I say Kareem Hunt. It go a lot of ways with number 5. Number 5 could be a lot of players. Leonard Fournette. You know what I'm saying? I would probably put Kamara over those two just because of his other two, because of the versatility. Although Kareem Hunt is relatively versatile as well. I think Kamara I guess I would say he plays in a slightly better system, so it brings out his skill set. He gets more ball usage. That's one thing with Andy Reid that annoys me is that he doesn't utilize Kareem Hunt enough. You know, Kareem Hunt can get 10 carries in one game and 23 in the next.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, so that's more of a coaching thing. I think Sean Payton knows what he has in Kamara, you know. Just in a better system. Fournette is a pure runner, not a pass catcher. He's a pure runner. He'll run you over. So yeah, I mean, Le'Veon is head and shoulders. He's head and shoulders. I mean, there's no question about it in my mind. But I mean, you know, when you talk about Shady McCoy, I mean, Shady McCoy does things on the football field, and he don't even ride. He don't even hold the ball with two hands very often.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying?
He still do be one cuffing that thing.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, the running back has changed now. Once you hit 30,
it's raps.
In the NFL, they consider you, you know, through.
Oh, yep.
You know what I'm saying? They consider you through. So, you know, the running backs got to get their money in that second contract, because you don't get it in that second contract, you ain't getting it.
Mm-hmm. All right. So let's start off the hot topics real quick with.
No, we got to. Okay. Yes.
Wait. I gotta ask you. So y'all, both y'all said David Johnson. Johnson, y'all top 5. What off what basis?
Off what basis?
Did you see what he did the year before?
I mean, well, no, I'm gonna put it like this, man. Like, so that first year he smashed it, but the second year, did he get hurt? He got hurt in the second game.
Yeah, he's hurt his hand or something like that. Something happened with his hand.
In that first game, I mean, he was already on the same clip as he was. So, I mean, I could see where you say maybe he doesn't have a large enough body of work, but I also put, I also put Kamara and Kareem Hunt in there too, and they only played a year. You know what I'm saying? So,
but just going off of like top 5 right now,
and let me. I'm sorry, I've been real disrespectful. I got real disrespectful. Hold on, my apologies. I have to take Kareem Hunt, Alvin Kamara, and Leonard Fournette out because I disrespectfully forgot to put Ty Gurley in there.
Yeah,
Ty Gurley. Yeah. So I have to take the rookies out. And I guess if you look at David Johnson, I guess because technically he only played one full season, I think I would still put him above the others. And I think he has, of course, a lot of it has to do with workload and how much usage that he actually gets compared to some of the others. But again, he's just as versatile as a runner and a pass catcher too. You know, they put him out in routes the same way they put Le'Veon Bell out in routes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I would give him a little bit of an advantage, although you didn't see it as much with Kamara. Kamara did more screens and swing passes, but you did see a little bit with Kareem Hunt as far as lining him up in the slot and kind of letting him, get on a linebacker, you know what I'm saying, or something like that, and using his speed to get away. So, but yeah, Ty Gurley, I'm my bad, Ty, you the man, you know what I'm saying? Another versatile back, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he had was it an ACL that he had in college?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
everybody kind of questions his durability, but I mean, outside of that sophomore slump, because they had that crappy offensive line, you know what I'm saying, and things of that nature, and they just had no offense besides him, so they were able to put 8 in the box.
Right.
I mean, he delivered the goods, you know what I'm saying, rookie year, third year, you know what I'm saying, last year had a phenomenal year, you know what I'm saying, so, I mean, the sky's the limit for him as long as he can stay healthy.
Okay. I mean, yeah. So let's talk about your boy Shady McCoy. That's what I want to talk about. I seen that earlier today. I was like, wait, what? Then I seen the picture. I was like, oh, he was big mad.
Yeah, I'm frustrated, man. I'm frustrated, and this is why I'm frustrated. And I don't want this to come across the wrong way, but I know it is, so I'm just gonna say it anyway. I feel like they picking on the bros. I feel like they picking on the brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? And I, like I said, man, I know that sounds like I'm saying it in a certain way, but I do believe that it has some level of validity to it.
I'm right there with you.
What hurts him? I'm gonna tell you what hurts him is the fact that, you know what I'm saying, Jameis Winston hurts him. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so fresh in everybody's mind. Plus, you got, you know, the Me Too movement. It's just, I mean, it is. I'm not gonna say powerful. It is in a lot of ways overpowering right now. And it's tricky. You know what I'm saying? I think the best advice I could give, man, is educate your daughters about the value of being a woman. You know what I'm saying? And not, you know, taking shit from no man. You know what I'm saying? Because men are naturally more powerful than women. So, you know, we do have to be careful, you know, but educate your daughters about value, because, you know, a lot of times when you look at like domestic abuse situations and things of that nature, it's not the first time, you know. It's just the fact that, you know, the chick didn't value herself enough to walk away the first time it happened. You know, sometimes you become too forgiving and then it just kind of becomes second nature, you know. So you kind of get used to it until something really bad happens or somebody else rats out your abuser. You know what I'm saying? It's not always the victim that tells the story. It's somebody that knows the victim. And so, you know, that's what I would say, man, is, you know, we need to start teaching our young girls, you know what I'm saying, how to value themselves as they come up, so that they're not accepting of this in any capacity. You know, again, you know, men have no right to put their hands on a woman, but it's becoming an issue because it's talked about so much that is gonna end up being like the boy that cried wolf. We're gonna stop believing again. We're gonna become desensitized to it because it seems like you might as well say every guy is an abuser.
A woman beater.
You know, as often as it's coming out in the media, and media also does this to try to, I mean, again, I'm gonna go racial, but I have to go here, you know, separate black men from black women, you know what I'm saying? You know, black men from black children, you know, and things of that nature.
Black men from society.
Yeah, so I mean, it's tricky, and I don't want to point at all at race by any stretch of the imagination, because it's not. And I know in no form of fashion have I even touched on Shady McCoy. I know that the young lady said, you know, she posted whatever she posted on Instagram and Twitter, and then she said her lawyer told her she had to take it down, things of that nature, and yeah, I mean, it's real tricky. I mean, you got that. She talking about he beat his kid. You know what I'm saying? He choked out his dog. I'm just like, what was y'all doing to piss him off? Now I'm playing.
That's crazy. Oh shit.
Yeah, like all of it. You know what I'm saying? So you got a Ray Rice, Adrian Peterson, Michael Vick all mixed in one.
God damn.
You know what I'm saying? With this particular situation, I know he said I know he said he's innocent. He said he didn't do anything. I thought it was kind of weird that he put a timeline on the last time he had contact. You know what I'm saying? Like, that seems weird to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I would have made that statement. Like, I haven't had contact with any of these people in 6 months. Number one, I find it hard to believe. Like, if that's your kid, you ain't seen your kid in 6 months. I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So it's like stuff like that. Like, man, you know, you almost accidentally incriminate yourself when you make statements like that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I hope for the best for him. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, the NFL is unforgiving to the people that they want to be unforgiving to.
True.
When it was related to domestic violence, and if you remember, Shady McCoy had some poignant comments during the whole Colin Kaepernick thing, that it would be easy for the NFL to be like, okay, we're gonna suspend you for the next year indefinitely, and then we could talk about it, and it just because it just opens up a whole can of worms. You know what I'm saying? So, and I mean, I don't know if you plan on talking about this, but I know y'all heard about Charlamagne.
Oh, I literally, how this all came up was wild as shit. Like because I was gonna bring up Charlamagne's thing, but I was gonna let everybody talk first. Then I was gonna go into Charlamagne.
Yeah.
To get all the beats out.
Well, we could swing back to it, man. Corey, either Corey, whichever one of y'all got something on LaShawn, man.
That's ugly, man. We shoot. Whew.
Wait a minute. That's yeah. I take that off. Yeah, I'm not even. That's not the same girl.
That's not the same one.
No, I'm saying that's not the same girl. Like them's two different females.
Yeah, man. That's it. Yeah, that's nasty. Shoot, man. I don't know, man. We just gotta let the court play out, man. I don't know what could have happened to her in that picture right there. We just gotta let the court, man, because you know anybody, man, can do anything nowadays. Not to say say she's wrong or she's lying or anything. We just gotta gather all the facts, see what the court has, saying, because they'll bring out more things, reveal more things to the public in time. So yeah, we as a nation, we like to jump on everything real fast and convict somebody before due process is given. So now we just gotta see where it goes, because yeah, that's an ugly situation. But yeah, LaShawn McCoy, he's came out, he's denied the allegations. Said he beat the dog, beat the kid. That's not funny. I'm just thinking what you said.
It's not funny.
That's not funny. That's not funny at all. Man.
I am a bad individual.
Yeah, man. Oh, damn.
All right, so
hopefully it ain't true, man. Hopefully it ain't true. Damn.
So my whole thing on it is I'm gonna address the elephant in the room real quick. So I just want them to keep that same energy with LaShawn McCoy that they kept with that white dude that beat his black wife. And written in the diary that the New York's kicker.
His wife was black?
Yeah, his wife was black.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was it Josh Brown?
Something like that.
That's why the team didn't give a damn. That's why he whooped their ass about 20. Wasn't it like 20 different times or something? Okay, now that story makes sense.
Okay.
Damn.
But yeah, I want them to keep that same energy, because he literally got a pat on the wrist. He got a pat on the wrist. And in his diary, he wrote about how he beat her, why he beat her, and he would use slave terms, like she was his slave. So if he's still in the NFL, no precautions put on him. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, he's not in the NFL.
Oh, he's not anymore?
Mm-mm.
All right. Well, I just want y'all
the Giants released him. The Giants released him as soon as they had to, because as soon as the diary came out in the police report, I think one of the stories was that the Giants knew about the diary, but they didn't do anything about it. And so it was going to open up a firestorm. So they went ahead and released him, You know what I'm saying? Because at first they suspended him without pay, and then they brought him. Then they was getting ready to bring him back, and then the diary story came out, and they was like, "Oh yeah, we gotta let you go. Sorry, buddy."
Okay.
You know,
Look, I didn't know they released them, but hey, just keep that same energy. And yo, CTE, I ain't even trying to be funny, but motherfuckers killing their wives and niggas is beating girlfriends and animals and children.
I didn't think about that.
That CTE.
Yeah. Well, it's not just CTE because you seeing that in everyday life too. It's the stuff CTE can just help it help bring it out about even more. But this guys is playing football and we're seeing because despite what I'm saying, the wolf cries, the people that crying wolf, because there are a lot of women that are using the system to their advantage to take advantage of that. But there are a lot of men out here that are, and it's not just a racial thing. It's across all races that are abusing their wives, trying to flex their power in different things that just completely abusive. And they haven't played a day of football. So it's, a lot of it's from, the way they come up. But, if you want to talk from a scientific standpoint and things that are affecting the brain, I mean, it's the diet, the different things that are put in the food, different shots we get. We got just an endless list of different things that that are been health hazards. And been you've had whistleblowers, speak on. So, and it affects cognitive.
Cognitive disorder.
It affects all that decision making and everything. So and then CTE just compounds on top of that. But we'll see where this goes, man. That's bad. Look, that's a terrible looking picture, man.
And literally the other day, it was Sunday or Saturday. It was one of the 2 days. I was talking to this African dude, and he was like, he said the wildest shit. Now, when I tell you my jaw dropped, because I was taking like, wait, what you just say? He said, I don't understand how y'all can deal with y'all American women back home. We would beat our women till they listen to us. I said, huh? Whoa. Okay. All right, man. That was crazy. I was just like, God damn. The ease and simplicity he said that shit with, and was just like, that's everyday shit.
Where was he from?
He was from Africa. He's somewhere in Africa.
He didn't get the exact place he's from.
No.
I mean, but some of that stuff, like, what I'm saying, like, especially religiously, some of that stuff is accepted. You know what I'm saying? The man rules the household and the woman is basically subservient to him. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of that's like religious practices, you know what I'm saying, where the male does have the okay religiously to, smack his wife if you need to because she had a line. You know what I'm saying? In his eyes, you know what I'm saying? It's all subjective. But
because it's also like that in Saudi Arabia, and I have family out there. So it's like that out there because the women have to walk 5 feet behind the men. I think they just passed a law where the women can drive now. I'm not for sure, but yeah,
that's backwards, man. I'd rather be, five steps behind my legs so I can take,
Yeah. And real talk. The only race
that's a sign of protection.
They said in Africa they did that was interesting because really in Africa, African culture, the women has always been uplifted. We're one of the few cultures that put our women, uplift them to a high, equal, and really, the way that we, glorify them, we tend to elevate them over us,
No, not all of Africa, because I know Egyptians do believe in putting their wives in a place. You know what I'm saying?
What kind of Egyptians? The newer Egyptians or the Arab Egyptians? I'm talking about
A-Rap money. Oh wait, that's childish. My bad.
I'm talking about black. I'm talking about black culture.
Yeah,
you
talking about content. I got you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? we the only culture that doesn't do that. That's exactly what I, when I talk about black feminists and everything like that how that's that's one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard, because we never had a climate, or created any type of environment like that. Now we have a lot stuff, especially going on in the inner city, where you have a lot of nonsense going on, but we know where that comes from. But as far as us running the society and doing things like that, and beating our women and holding them up, you've never ever heard a black man doing things like that, or teaching principles like that. Our women, we understand the power that they hold. We've always revered our women, especially because of what they bring, as far as, just their whole makeup, their whole wiring, how they're made, they're the door to life, basically. They're the door to life. They're the womb. They hold the child for 9 months. So we would never, that's just not. But look, everywhere else they do crap like that, smack the woman, behead them, doing all type of shit. Cut that damn hand off because you didn't bow after a meal, or some crazy shit, man. So that just says a lot. As far as I know, I don't know any African culture that's ever operated not black African culture. Yeah.
What the fuck is black African?
black African, because you said Egyptian. I'm like, are you talking about them Arab Egyptians? You know what I'm saying? Like,
because we get Arab money.
Yeah.
All right, y'all want to move into the Charlamagne thing real quick?
Let's move into it.
All right. Well, so allegedly, this is all alleged. A young lady came out on was his name's Fox? It used to be Fox and Star or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know what his new name, because I don't think Fox is on there no more. But Star's YouTube channel, and had a little interview.
Oh, what you talking about? Oh, you said Star?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's Star. Yeah, that's Star. Star from Star and Buck.
Star and Buck Wild. Okay, that's what
legendary Star and Buck Wild. Yep.
But I don't think Buck Wild's there no more. So I think it was just Star.
But he come around every now and then.
Oh, okay. So Star had an interview with a young lady she said allegedly that Charlamagne the God had sexually molested her at 15 years old. So what is you guys' thoughts on this? And yeah.
Only thing about it is what I'm saying, like it's already been handled in court, but there is no I don't know, because there's already been a ruling and everything. It just looks bad. What it'll come down to as far as sponsors for Charlamagne, because there were a couple inconsistencies in his story. He wasn't all the way outright, outright. He didn't come all the way out when he told the story. He said, basically he said he was underage when he bought it, and then he basically said, they just weren't of age, to get the liquor, but he never specifically said how old, she was. But he was forthcoming as far as the case itself. He was forthcoming in it's an old interview with him and DJ Academics, and he was the one that basically offered that information. He didn't give the exact details. So there's certain inconsistencies that are told as far as from the girl's standpoint versus what Charlamagne's saying. So it's tricky. We'll have to get more details on it, but I will say I don't believe right now it really hasn't touched the main media right now. It's staying on the internet, which is best for Charlamagne, because if it starts touching places like TMZ or Inside Edition or all those little tabloid places, then that's when it'll catch fire. But I think there's, it may have been something that's been discussed already. It was pretty graphic too. It was pretty graphic, when she was, explaining what was going on. And like she said, she was 15 years old underage. She said said he basically was the one that picked him up. You know what I'm saying? And he took it, and now people are pointing toward the plea deal that he took. I do know at times it's tough when you take those when it comes to plea deals, and especially young black men, because hold on, because you know, when it comes to plea deals, you know, you got to have a lawyer, you got to stay lawyered up. You know what I'm saying? You may not have the money to even afford that lawyer, so you know you're scared. You know, if you lose the case, you're going to get a substantial amount of years. And then, so you just, you know, let me take the plea deal because, you know, the system's not for us. You know, we can have all the, you know, the evidence in the world, but if you don't have, you know, representation, and more than likely some Jews standing in front of you, the judge, and advocating for you, you know, saying there's a chance, you know, you might serve some time. So we don't know the details, but I don't think this is a witch hunt or anything because of who it is. Star is, you know, he says crazy shit, but he's very reputable. I followed him for years. He's the one that broke the African Bambaataa story.
African Bang Bottoms.
Yeah, the African Bambaataa. Yeah, disgusting dude. But you know, hip hop as a whole kind of, you know, turned a blind eye to that. They didn't follow up on that, and there's been a lot of infighting. He turned that over basically to the conscious community, and they just completely dropped the ball on that because it's just too much ego and everything going on that side of the internet. But so hopefully it's not true. Just like LaShawn, man, I hope these allegations aren't true. Hopefully, you know, he doesn't have to, but it would probably be the best if he, you know what I'm saying, probably to provide more details. You know what I'm saying? I know, because I know when he initially talked about it, it may have been a tricky thing to talk about. He may not have even wanted to say, like, yeah, she was 15, and he may not have known she was 15. So he don't even want to bring that into the equation and have people start talking about it. But there was paperwork. It's a real case. Star showed all that. He, you know, his word, and he, like I said, everything was alleged, and he told the victim after the interview, like, you know, I don't know if I'm the one, you know, who will bring you closure. You might need to seek, you know, counseling and different things, but all I'm helping you is, you know, getting it out and getting your word out in the forefront. So I hope not, man. Charlamagne's he's a prominent figure. I don't agree with everything he does, but he's a prominent black figure in the media right now. He's been seeing success, and you know that'll just be that's heartbreaking if it's another black man, you know what I'm saying, at the top getting accused of some crap like this, you know what I'm saying, and hopefully it's not nothing, no evidence or anything, not evidence, but hopefully it's not true at all. Hopefully it's not true. So.
All right. Well, mine's might sound a little biased because I do look up to Charlamagne, but this is going off of I'm not biased at all. But in his book he had mentioned this story. I forgot what chapter it was, but he had mentioned the story, and he mentioned that I guess a couple of his the homies or the people that was at the party was the ones that did it, and he had to take the rap because it was his party, and the cops are the ones that was like, yo, you're the one that's hosting the party, you're the one that had my unwillingly had minors in your party. And that happened, so you have to take the rap for this, and that's what happened. So like that's just what happened in his book. So that's what he said. I'm just going off of that. What she said. I'm not saying Charlamagne the guy was the one that was doing it or not, but that's fucked up on so many levels. But just know when you get famous, stories gonna come. It's either there's gonna be gay rumors, you're gonna be gay, or you either gonna be or you're gonna have you're gonna sexually assault somebody. Just know that. So Lauren, what you got up?
Oh yeah, I mean this one's disappointing. I mean I don't follow Charlamagne like that. But I know he is out there. I mean the The young lady was relatively convincing, I will say that much. You know what I'm saying? She told her story well. You You know, I think the one thing I hate, the one thing that I hate is that, you know, 15 years later, this really comes out in the news. Like, I think that's what I hate. Although, you know, I mean, victims should always be able to tell their story. You know what I'm saying? If it happened, you know, I guess that's a way to process through some of the pain. It's just by telling a story. But yeah, I think that was the biggest thing that threw me. Is I was like, man, this is 15 years ago. You know, like, I'm not saying that it doesn't matter anymore, because it does. I mean, obviously something happened to you and you feeling some type of way about it, but that's kind of what I struggle with sometimes. I mean, the statute of limitations for a civil suit, it always exists, you know what I'm saying? So she can't go after him criminally, but she can go after him civilly. The plea bargain does make it look bad for him. I think that was the culture. As sad as it may seem, you know what I'm saying? You know, where, you know, if you was cute and you had a body, or if you had a body and whatever, like, that was just the culture to allow you into those scenes, you know what I'm saying? Because you added eye candy to the party, you know. So unfortunately, it was the culture back then. I'm not sure it's really any different now, you know.
No, it's not. It's worse.
So it's unfortunate. I mean, I hope for his sake that, you know, he didn't do anything. But I will say, you know, it's rather hard for me to believe that he didn't know, at the very least, that she was underage. Like, I think that part of it, like, I think would probably be the part in which I would probably err to the side of believing her more so. Is that he probably knew she was, I'll just say, under 18, you know, whether or not he thought she was 17 or whatever, like, that doesn't matter. I thought it was kind of, it seems like what makes him seem devious is the fact that he met the family. You know what I'm saying? At least that's what the alleged story is. The mother said that, you know, they had been, you know, formally introduced and things of that nature. So he did know the family. I think that's what kind of makes it seem devious on, you know, on his part. But I would never speculate, especially something that happened that long ago, where stories can get changed and twisted and poked and prodded and things of that nature. I think at the end of the day, as men, be smart. You know what I'm saying? Ask a question that only an 18-year-old or older could answer. I think that may help you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe ask them who they voted for. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Try to ask something that's relevant, you know what I'm saying, to not put you in situations that could destroy you later. You know what I'm saying? Because if this hits mainstream media, it's going to destroy him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it'll completely derail his life, but I mean, there'll be a lot of people that probably will turn their back on him. You know what I'm saying? And so just gotta play it smart, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, and this is across the board, you know, all men. I don't care if you're famous or you're not famous. Like, be smart, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, ain't no piece of tail, you know what I'm saying, worth hell for the rest of your life.
Right.
You know? It's not that serious.
And
but like I said, I mean, it's the culture. And that's the bad thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, the culture perpetuates this stuff, you know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, hell, I mean, let's be honest though. I wanna, before I would be remiss if I didn't say this. If that's my daughter and Charlamagne rolls up to my house, I'm like, I'm gonna take the girls out to have a good time. You're absolutely not going to, unless she sneaks out the house. You know what I'm saying, against my better judgment and my direction. Like, that's the part for me that I'm like, why would you even allow that to happen? You know what I'm saying? You know your daughter's 15. And if you think, and the only way, like, there is no confusion. I don't care if Charlamagne was 16. He ain't going to no pool party. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not gonna happen. You know, so it's not about finger pointing, man. It's about being smart. Like, are we really trying to protect each other? You know what I'm saying? Or are we just hanging each other out to dry? You know, because that's essentially what happened. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, I would venture to think that maybe Charlamagne was nothing more than a setup man. You know what I'm saying? Especially back then, Charlamagne wasn't nobody. He's trying to get in the game. You know what I'm saying? So he's trying to do all these different things to garner attention for himself, to build up his resume. You know, so he could have very easily just been a setup guy, and you know what I'm saying? You know, maybe he's slipped something in the drink and then somebody else went to town. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't know, and I'm not gonna speculate because it's not fair to him. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I'm not gonna speculate what happened. It doesn't matter. Or I'll speculate, but I'm not gonna speak. And you know, like I know, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't there. You know, I do hope that the young lady gets some healing from this. You know what I'm saying? You know, because I mean, obviously she feels some type of way about the situation. And that's not abnormal for a assault victim at all. You know what I'm saying? To still deal with the ramifications of things, you know, 10, 15, 20 years down the road, you know, not being able to shake it. So, you know, yeah, I do hope that she gets some help to kind of process through this, because she kind of sent me in a couple different directions. Like, I was like, so are you okay or are you not? Like, you saying my life is good, but he stole something from me. I'm like, ain't nothing stole. Nobody stole nothing from you that you ain't give to him. Like, and if you gave it to him, take the shit back. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so yeah, it's unfortunate, man. Like, and like I said, we become so desensitized to it.
Yo,
you know, it's like goddamn school shooting. It's like, oh yeah, for real. Man,
another one
up, man. How the gun get in school this time? You know what I'm saying? It becomes that type of a storyline, you know, and that's where it gets awfully tricky. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of this is media, man. Like, media gotta have a story to tell. You know what I'm saying? Man, media don't care. They don't care about you as a victim. They don't care about you as a perpetrator. Like, all they care about is being the one to get the story out. And I feel like we don't call out media enough for, you know what I'm saying, false reporting. You know what I'm saying? You know, only telling half the story, you know, the story that's going to make headlines and not the whole story, because it's a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't slant it as well. So, you know, a lot of factors, man. Like, in all these situations, I mean, you go back to Jameis Winston. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he didn't do it, and his homie was in the car with him. So, you know, then all of a sudden, his homie wasn't nowhere close. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's just kind of like, whoever put the initial story out there, I'm gonna need to borrow your journalist's license for a while. Let me get your journalist license for a while. And when you want to report the truth, you know what I'm saying, instead of just a story, I give it back to you.
Right.
You know, God, we hearing it. You got Harvey Weinstein, right? You know about Harvey. Harvey's out there. Harvey's out there doing them dirty, right?
Yep.
But everybody else has been black. Everybody else has been black.
You
know, black celebrities. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Zeke Elliott. I mean, you know, the list just goes on and on. You know what I'm saying? Nobody said nothing to the fact that Woody Allen's wife was 14 when he married her.
I say that every time.
Nobody's ever said anything about that. I mean, they talk about it, but it's not like, you know what I'm saying, we don't talk about it in a negative format. We talk about it in a format of, oh, well, that's weird.
And was a stepdaughter.
Yep, it was a stepdaughter.
You know, so I mean, just little stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, it's rather frustrating. You know what I'm saying? It's rather frustrating. You know, to have to continue to listen to them only talk about the brothers. You know what I'm saying? And what we did. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that we're not responsible in some of these cases, because I mean, shoot, we saw Ray Rice suck the shit out of his. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? He sent her to sleep for a while. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that, you know, we're not responsible for some of these acts, you know what I'm saying? Because we are, but boy, the media is just making us look all kind of bad, you know what I'm saying? And like Corey said, you know, as a general rule of thumb, we don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I tell you what, man, my wife been pissed me off plenty of times. Never once was I like, I'm gonna beat the shit out of her. Just wait. I'm gonna get her. Like I've never did not. I mean, I've never thought about that. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't brought up like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I know that I am probably stronger than 90% of women. You know what I'm saying? You know, maybe 95, you know, and so, you know, for me, it's like, I don't even want to exercise my power like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not worth my time. I mean, these dudes is getting their careers destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Over stupid stuff. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, that's why I be at the house. I ain't trying to get caught up in nobody's mess. Well, yeah, Lauren was at the club. Lauren don't go to the club. So, nope, it wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I try not to put myself in situations that, you know, those type of things can even be brought up. Like, trust me, I ain't taking no plea bargain because I was at the house. Like, I mean, maybe I got a lookalike, you know what I'm saying, a stunt double, you know what I'm saying, but it wasn't me, you know what I'm saying? Don't we got to do a better job of not putting ourselves in situations where we can get caught up in that mess. And sometimes you just got ratchet ass females, you know what I'm saying, that, you know what I'm saying, they just don't care, you know, they're hell bent on destroying any man, you know what I'm saying, especially if the relationship didn't work and you just want to get back at him, you know what I'm saying. You can't do nothing about them, but I think in a lot of those cases, you know what I'm saying, those stories go away because when a real story comes out, you find out that shit didn't happen.
Yeah, you know, and like one of the two things I gotta say is nobody's speaking about this Mel B thing when Mel B was on, I guess, on some show. I think it was X Factor or something like that, and the old white dude was copping the field. Like I didn't see no press about that. What's up with that? Like you're touching a female that doesn't want to be touched. In 2018, you know what I'm saying? And I don't hear no uproar. So, and then another thing, I don't know how it was back in Moncks Corner, South Carolina back in the day, but right now, you gotta ask for ID, bro. Trust me, trust and believe. You gotta ask for ID these days because some of these girls that you see be looking 20, 21, be fucking 15, 16.
12. Man, I had a girl, right? I got the Ring app on my on the house, right? So one of my daughter's friends came to the house. And I mean, I was like, man, where your clothes at, number one? You know what I'm saying? I was at work. I just happened to look at the video. And I asked my daughter, I said, who was that? She's like, oh, that's my friend. I said, the grown woman? And she was like, nah, she's the same age as me. I was like, she's not 19. And she was like, yeah, she is that. And I was like, no way. And so I was like, man, show me a picture because I know videos can be pixelated.
Yeah.
He showed me a picture. I was like, yeah, she looked like she's about 25 to 30. She's like, nah, man, she's 19. And I was like, whoa. I said, I can't tell you how many dudes would have got in trouble for messing with her, a couple years back before she was even of legal age. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so yeah, that's why I said, man, I'll be like, man, who did you vote for last year? And if you don't even know who the candidates were, I can't mess with you.
You gotta ask certain things. But that's the thing. Some cats, man, their conscious level isn't even
they don't give no shits
on par. So they can't even ask a fucking question like that. And I tell you right now, this shit happens all the fucking time. It's garbage. You know what I'm saying? I've never been caught up in a situation like that because I've always known how to to vet females that have been around me, but the people that I've seen, I'm telling you, and it's not something that a lot of times you see people do it, man. It's not something that they're trying to do, but motherfuckers is on drugs, drinking. It's that whole party atmosphere and everything like that. So people aren't even thinking, and they're not even, and you know, they see a grown female, but you know what I'm saying? It looks, you know what I'm saying, visually, but the actions, movement, stuff she talk about is, you know what I'm saying, childish things. But you know, nigga ain't thinking about motherfucker will be gassing all of that up, and then you know, next thing you know what I'm saying, got her up in the room, or you know what I'm saying, cats, and ain't nobody thinking, ain't nobody questioning, asking the ID. They don't even want to do that because all they can see is, hey, she look good right now. She looks good right now, and I want to, yeah, it's easy pussy. She looks good. It's some good, you know what I'm saying? So I want to get it in, you know what I'm saying? And the chances she pulls out, you know what I'm saying, 15, I don't even want to see that because, you know what I'm saying, I don't even want to spoil it for myself. That, I guarantee that I think that's how a lot of these cats are thinking. But yeah, this crazy shit happens all the time. And then, like you said, like Lauren was asking with the parent, because he met with the parent and everything. You see this shit all the time, especially with mothers, you know what I'm saying, where they just letting, you know what I'm saying, some grown-ass man come and take their daughter, you know what I'm saying, take them anywhere they feel like it, you know what I'm saying, not asking questions or anything like that. Typically, when you see fathers, you know what I'm saying, fathers around, and I don't know if there was a father involved in this situation, but typically when you see fathers, you know what I'm saying, involved in things like that, so with your you know what I'm saying, they'll shut that shit short because they know how men operate and everything. Whereas the mother, she's used to seeing shit like that. She'll think like, oh, I knew how I was when I was 15. So she'll try to excuse shit like that for her daughter, especially if the daughter's a dope dealer or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully she get with hers, and then he, you know, then they'll be shacked up. He'll be in the house with her.
He'll be taking care of her.
He's there, be shacked up with the boyfriend and the daughter in there. He's selling dope out the motherfucking place. Yeah, it's shit like this. It goes on. So there's so many layers, man. But yeah, man, we got to cut this shit out. Yeah.
Especially since he was on the come up, you know what I'm saying? Because she was practicing all that. That's Charlamagne. That's Charlamagne the guy, you know what I'm saying? That's a little Charlamagne, like who?
Exactly. He's known in South Carolina. He's known in South Carolina.
Yeah, what's his government name?
Yeah.
You know
y'all dudes better know. Y'all dudes better know that these females be telling on y'all. They tell on y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's you know, you think it's simple that a human being would comprehend that, but I met so many people that just don't get that simple thing. The things that you do will come out in the light, especially if you're doing it in the front of a fucking person. These females tell stories. They tell on cats. They say, yeah, I remember him when I was 15, and yeah, he used to pick me up from school, this and that. You be like, oh, that motherfucker, like I went to school with him or some shit like that. So yeah, yeah.
And I don't want to just like dump this all off on dudes because females do it too. Cause damn, what was it, like 3 years ago? Yeah, 3 years ago. No, you said what? No, 3 years ago. My home, but it was my little homie. You know what I'm saying? My little homie. I took him under my wing and everything. Dude was like a smooth 6'6". That's 3 years ago, and he was like 14, 15. 6'6", bagging grown ass adults.
I'm gonna ask you this. And I've thought about this too. It's sick for a woman to do that, but at the same time, is there a double standard when it comes to? There's there a double standard? Because even in our mind, we think like, you know what I'm saying? If our son was like, you know what I'm saying, came home was like, hey, I smashed the teacher, you're gonna be like, okay, the first thing that's gonna go through your head is, okay, son, you know what I'm saying? The first thing. Right. But then, okay, when you get your head together, okay, you're going to be like, okay, you're not going to do that with your son, but in your mind, you're going to be like, okay, yeah, you knocked that out the park, but you know what I'm saying? On the outside, you're going to be like, okay, this can't go on. You're going to have to, the right thing to do would be to talk to the teacher, press charges. It's just different because I don't know. It's still... We got to get that clear on what the age would be, because like if a woman was sitting up there doing it with a 8-year-old or something like, okay, that's definitely perversion, you know what I'm saying? But when it's like a 15-year-old, 16, maybe 14, that's just usually just a stupid woman. It's not a woman that likes to take advantage of a child or things like that. It's usually from what I've gathered together, it's a stupid woman. Whereas when you got a man that does stuff like that, that's it's a man that usually has a pedophile problem. He likes to take advantage of young girls, you know what I'm saying, penetrate, because ain't no woman gonna get penetrate. I mean, can't no woman penetrate a man unless he's, shoving a broom up his ass or something. But that they're basically giving consent. They're giving consent to everything. And so she's giving consent to and a person that age isn't, necessarily grown enough, but I just think there is a clear double standard when I think, you know what I'm saying, the first thing that pops in your mind when you think of these situations. A man doing it to a woman, I believe, is worse, but there both needs to be charges dropped on both sexes when it happens. But I think there's, you know what I'm saying, man is worse when it comes to things like that.
But yeah, like I said, my young boy was 6'6", and he was young. And the female was like, yo, he like a basketball player. I know what's gonna happen. And I was like, wow, like she didn't give no, like she didn't ask you for age or nothing. He was like, nah.
Yeah.
It just happened. I was just like, hey, I understand. I understand. I guess you 6'6", and that's what females like. As long as you 6'1" and above, you getting all kind of draws. That's facts.
Man, I used to daydream of fucking my teacher, man. I still wish I fucked some of my teachers.
What you mean, bro?
You know what I'm saying?
The way teachers knocking off students these days, I was like, fuck, why wouldn't it me?
Yeah.
You asked for extra credit.
Yeah.
I would have been in that photography darkroom a little extra longer. Yeah. All right, so we about to hit one of these hot topics. Let's move to the next thing. So Drake and Kanye are having a little feud. So what do you got? Do you guys think this has been going? Allegedly, this has been going on for years. Do you guys think this will continue, or should it just stop?
They both dropped albums.
Stop.
I'm gonna sip my tea after that. They both just dropped albums. I don't want to hear nothing about no damn Kanye Drake beef. Nothing about it. There is no beef. They're both nuts.
Yeah, they ain't gonna do nothing over no wax. You know what I'm saying? There ain't gonna be no dope diss songs coming out of it. So, it ain't even real. It's just a little petty thing, I guess. I don't even Drake and Kanye. It don't even sound like a enticing feud or anything. Then you got this stuff with Jay-Z being spiteful. Jay-Z.
Oh yeah, that was a little jab.
Yeah, he had his little differences, you know what I'm saying, with Drake, but they came together on the song, you know what I'm saying? But I guess despite Kanye or whatever little petty, go. I like the Pusha T and Drake though. That was good. That had something that was actually rooted in something from hip hop. It's from Lil Wayne and everything, and everything. But the whole Kanye and Drake thing is it's all weird because even they had beef for years, but Kanye just had Drake over at his ranch. You know what I'm saying? Right. Writing. You know what I'm saying? He wrote. You know what I'm saying? Drake was writing. You know what I'm saying? Wrote a song on one of the songs on his album, you know what I'm saying? So, and then they said that was when, Pusha T got all the information. Pusha T got all the information from Kanye. So who knows what that crazy shit was about? It was the opioid again or some shit, man. They need to dead that. They need to dead that. Now, what I am interested, what I'm interested in, and I don't like I said, I always say, y'all can do the feud, keep it entertaining, just don't try to keep it
don't cross simple. The line.
But I will say 50 and Papoose crossed the line. I'll say Papoose crossed the line first, but that's more to me personally, that's more entertaining than this 50 Cent and Papoose. Hopefully we can get some music. I don't think it will, but 50 Cent's memes are funny as hell, dog.
Well, I mean, Remy Ma might drop an album based off of it.
Yeah, I don't know. But Remy, it's that'll be interesting, and I can see Remy doing it, to stay by, because that's her man, that's her husband. Yeah. She gonna stay by his side, but at the same time, Remy, Remy,
she better not.
Yeah, she's got to. It's not that. I don't think 50 will say some shit. I don't think he'll kill her. You know what I'm saying? Or really go at her. He might make some memes, but Remy's got a certain loyalty. You know what I'm saying? They've had a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Not sexual or anything, but like a friendly. 50 Cent's always been there. He's been there for Remy. You know what I'm saying? Before they were even together, he's been there for Remy, and he's been there for Pop. Him and Pap have had a good relationship. Hopefully, I think they can work that out. You know what I'm saying? Pap jumped out the window on that one, but hopefully they can work that out. But as far as Drake and Kanye, where the hell is Kanye, man? He did his crazy little shit and then went back in his gopher hole.
Right.
So I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
All right, and the last thing I want to touch on real quick is people are mad at Chance the Rapper for the way he proposed, which to me was crazy. I didn't know there was multiple different ways you're supposed to propose, but allegedly he didn't propose. His proposal was trash. So what's you guys' thoughts on that?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't see the proposal, but who gives a damn? Why y'all so focused? And he didn't propose to you, so I don't know why you concerned with how his proposal was. Like, I mean, that's just petty people being petty. You know what I'm saying? If that's the type of proposal you want, while you over there dissing them, you better make sure your boyfriend in there understanding what the hell you want, because guess what? His is gonna be worse than Chance's.
What was the proposal? Because I didn't see it. What did he do?
It was just a normal proposal where you just get down on one knee in front of all the family, and he had his daughter bring out the ring. He had his little daughter bring out the ring, and then he took it out the box and gave it to his proposed to his girl.
And so who's outraged? What group is I take it it's women are outraged, right? Women are outraged.
It was women, but the one who started it was a dude, I think.
A gay dude?
Yeah. A gay dude? I have no clue.
Yeah.
One of the tea sipping, I sip tea and all that. What are they saying he did wrong? What are they saying he did wrong?
They just saying he didn't go big enough. He got all this money. You know what I'm saying? He should have had the blimp fly over the crib. You know what I'm saying? And with the megaphone saying "boo thang, boo thang." Yeah.
And we see over and over again, and we see it in everyday life. People think this shit like that is really required, and they think it's required, and what I'm saying, it's something that you're supposed to do. It's ridiculous. This is what they, this is their beliefs, man. It's crazy, man. That's a crazy ass way of thinking. Because you're not just on the internet, you see it in everyday fucking life. People think this is the way it's supposed to be, instead of, it's just a good gesture, but get things, if you can't, you got people out here, men, women, they conform to this type of thing, and there's really no real education or anybody coming out and saying, hey, snap out of it, you snap the fuck out of it, but if they did that, if they did that would kill the wedding industry, it wouldn't, or at least it wouldn't be as much money, put into it, but that's all, everybody wants to capitalize off the money, so they're going to push that. They're going to make you think, different things. That's part of the American dream, so they're going to make you believe that's real, and yeah, that's just ridiculous, man. That's a really stupid argument, man, and I bet people better get ready. People better get ready, because they focus on dumb shit like this, and you just see Trump. Trump's putting his people in the Supreme Court.
They better be lucky. What back in the 50s? Back in the 50s, the bros be like, "Hey, girl, I think it's about time we go ahead."
You know what I'm saying?
You cool with that? Yeah,
that
baby,
viral.
I'm cool.
Get that viral.
Hey. But here's the thing. Let it be one of these new age females. You know what I'm saying? Be like, you just not gonna sit here and talk to me and just ask me. You know what I'm saying? You know what's gonna happen. You know what's gonna happen. Yeah, we had one of them domestic violence cases.
Unfortunately. Yeah.
I said let's get to it.
I might have to change the name of the episode to Catch These Elbows. All right. And so,
yeah, that's sad though, man. That we feel like we should be opinionated about somebody else's relationship. Right. Although he would have a great line for his proposal, like, baby, you took a chance out on me.
Wow.
Oh my God.
That would have deserved a complaint right there. Yeah, they should shut. She should pour the drink on his face. Corny shit like
the drink recruit you, goddammit. What's going on? All right. So all right, let's go ahead and get it off your chest.
You on the road today. Hey, I'm still laughing. I'm still laughing on the LaShawn McCoy shit. Oh, hell no, man.
Oh man. All right, so get it off your chest. Good, bad, or indifferent. We don't have any questions, unfortunately, today. But get it off your chest, and then we have another segment that's the end off the podcast.
Man, I got nothing. I got nothing, man. Nothing. My chest feel good today. A lot of good laughs.
Yeah. All right, Corey, you got anything?
See, get out my chest. I want to just say one more time. I said it before, but man, Terry Crews. So I'm just because it was just brought up again, man. It just hurts my heart, man. That's just so embarrassing that he would do that, man. Y'all have to stand for something. There's no argument when it comes to things like this. And I heard I want to give the Zoe Williams show credit for this. You know, Zoe Williams, Jeff Brown, the comedian. I want to give him credit for this because he brought this up. I want people to look up people like Fred the Hammer Williamson was with the Kansas City Chiefs, you know what I'm saying, with the hometown team. He's made so much money, but nobody knows, but he's made so much money in movies, you know what I'm saying, just over the years. He's written, produced so many movies. I mean, he's a multi-millionaire. He's out here getting it without Hollywood, without any assistance from Hollywood. What it comes down to is you either built for it or you're not. You know what I'm saying? You got to have that hustle in you. You got to have that drive, that want to go get, that want, you know, to be able to go get it. And Terry Crews has already, you know what I'm saying, generated money and different things, you know what I'm saying, to where he's able to lay that foundation to where he can, you know, he can take off and have different things going on, you know, for himself. You know what I'm saying? You just have to downsize on certain things, but that's the thing. It comes down to, you know, you just don't want to live a little less comfortably. You know what I'm saying? So you'll let a man grab your balls. You know what I'm saying? And then talking about my wife trained me on this. What she trained you? Did she train you or did she give you an ultimatum? You said like, hey, we got a lifestyle to maintain here. What did she train you on? I want to hear what this training entailed. So no, you people don't listen to this crap, you know what I'm saying? And the media will side with him and oh, he's such a soldier, he's so brave. Like, no, that's not how it goes. That's exactly how black people keep getting into these fucking situations, because you keep, you know what I'm saying, just giving yourself away. No, you got to stand for something. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to live a little less comfortably or something, then that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Fuck those Gucci slides, whatever the hell it is. You know what I'm saying? Whatever's, you know what I'm saying? Certain things you're just going to have to say no to. You know what I'm saying? But you'll still be able to live, but to sit there and let somebody, you know what I'm saying, grab your balls because you'll knowingly do it in front of your family. because you're afraid, you know what I'm saying, you won't be employed anymore, everything. That's complete cowardice. That's complete cowardice. I'm not, you know what I'm saying, no gray area, complete black and white. That's cowardice. So you got to stand on something. Stand on something, man. For real, for real. So that's it, man. That's all I really had, man.
Yeah, I ain't really got nothing either today. Is only thing I got is
I got one more thing.
What's good?
I heard something about a also on the same podcast. I didn't look into it, but I heard a WNBA player was Asia Wilson, and she's a rookie for the Vegas team. She said she's basically asking why aren't the WNBA players getting paid as much as the NBA?
I mean, they kind of got a point somewhat. At least a meal. At least a little meal.
As much though. But this is the thing though. You know what I'm saying? The NBA,
they play 10 games a season.
Right. They play 10 games.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, they play 10 games a season. There's like 5 teams in each conference. They've got the same problem that goes on in the NBA. So think of this. They got five or six teams in each conference. I think it's 5. But on the Western Conference, every four out of the 5 teams are over 500. While, you know what I'm saying, there's one under 500. While in the Eastern Conference, you only got 2 teams that are barely over 500. So you got that whole aspect. You know, it's kind of weird. And then on top of that, the NBA actually loses money broadcasting WNBA games. They're actually paying out of their pocket. Now, I do believe that there could be more promotion, but like they find time, because they're finding time for the summer league. You know what I'm saying? But that just may be what it is. There may be more of a demand. There may be just, you know, more of a demand. There's a lot of things, and you don't want to get like sexist, but maybe, you know what I'm saying, maybe you got to add that feminine touch, you know what I'm saying, to the WNBA. You know what I'm saying?
Shorter shorts. Go with the John Stocktons. Go with the John Stocktons.
Yeah, we talked about it before, because you got the hey man, hey, I'm still waiting on the man. Hey, Me Too movement, yeah, y'all fucking it up, man. We need the lingerie football league on TV, man.
It is on TV. I think.
It's on TV?
Yeah, it's like MTV. Yeah.
Right. Right. So, nah, man. I like the WNBA. I personally like. I think they ball, man. But that's a tricky thing, because it just doesn't. It's just when it comes to the money it generates, and I wish the women could get more. You know what I'm saying? I think there does have to be more promotion on their part. But as far as getting the same as LeBron, and we talking about, you know, millions, multi-millions, right. Like, nah, that's just
in the inception of the WNBA, like the stars were old. The stars were old. Yeah. Lisa Leslie, Cynthia Cooper, Cheryl Swoops, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, these women had already had, you know, established careers to the point that, you know what I'm saying, like, they were starting the WNBA off in the twilight of their careers. A lot of them were. Like Lisa Leslie had a pretty substantial career. But, you know, maybe if they would have started like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, just think if Lisa Leslie would have actually got drafted out of college, you know what I'm saying? Cheryl Swoops was hooping back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she would have got drafted straight out of college, like, the development, Tina Thompson with them chompers, yeah, man, like the development of the league would have been different, you know what I'm saying? Because if you remember, like, Lisa Leslie was the first female to dunk on TV, you know what I'm saying? And then they had the Asian chick or whatever after that, but you know, that type of flair and excitement for the game, you know, it was hard to build, you know what I'm saying? I mean, didn't Houston win the first 3 championships? Houston Comets, I think was the name of the squad. They won the first 3 championships, you know what I'm saying, before LA came in and got some things of that nature. But you know, it's just one of those things. Again, they don't play enough games to get NBA money. You know what I'm saying? That would be number one. You know, and number two, you know, basketball. When the WNBA came out, basketball as a sport was actually kind of in a lull. You know what I'm saying? And so if they would have came in maybe at the onset of like the Jordan era or something like that, it'd be a little bit different. But when they came in, like the NBA was at a lull to a certain extent from a rating standpoint, and the WNBA was supposed to be a ratings boost for the NBA, you know, because it was kind of fostering in that whole, you know, crossing over and allowing females to play basketball, you know what I'm saying, professional league and things of that nature. So I think it was more about timing. I think it was more about timing than anything, man. But that was, man. We should talk about that, man. Let's talk about that in a little bit more detail. That'd be a great topic to talk about because, you know, it should have done more. Let me put it like that. It should have done more. It just didn't.
Yeah, make sure we write. I'll write that down and put that to my notes. But I ain't got nothing but just stay on good vibes, y'all. And now for the final take of tonight it was called. We're gonna let Corey take this off. Go ahead, Corey. What is it called? And what is the name of it?
The Imps take.
Yeah, there you go.
Go get it poppin'. The Imps take. I didn't have Imps take ready, but I'll just incorporate Imps take. Just is on the Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron. We'll just go with them because that's my squad. He's officially signed. You know what I'm saying? He officially signed on. Now it was true. There was allegedly, you saw days later that, you know what I'm saying, allegedly there was talks with the Sixers, but that came out days later. But Grit was on that, and I received that. I'm not the original source. I received that from the Carcino for Life YouTube page. So y'all know the credit for him. I give all my sources at all times because I'm not in the I'm not in the NBA or any media like that, but I do like to report and give my take, you know what I'm saying, on certain things that may not be reported. Help it spread and everything while I'm at the point right now. We'll see where it goes, later on, and maybe I can have firsthand knowledge of certain things. But for right now, I'll stick to credible sources. And so but they were looking at Philadelphia, but LeBron went ahead and he said I think it was more of a wife's decision anyway. She wanted to live in LA, so I don't think Philly, that would have really been an option in the end anyway. So he signed to it. We just got to get ready. The question is, what it's going to take is LeBron is going to have to definitely change his game. And that remains to be seen. And it's possible it could happen because he's working with someone like Magic Johnson that can put different things in his ear. I don't think Luke Walton will necessarily be Tyronn Lue. I don't know if he has that dog in him to really, take the reins, but I don't think he'll be a pushover like Tyronn Lue. I think you'll get a difference in LeBron's game. I think I'm hoping this, and I think it'll happen just based off the different pieces that they've gotten. LeBron will settle more at times. He may be open to playing off the ball, going down low because he can play down low and effectively score. He'll still get his points. It just won't be triple doubles. You know what I'm saying? The stat stuff and thinking. And at the end of the day, I really don't think triple doubles. While it's a good stat, you know what I'm saying? It shows you working hard, but at times, it's overdone, and you got a lot of teams are sacrificing wins, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah, basically sacrificing wins for triple doubles. You've seen with Russell Westbrook, you know what I'm saying? And they sacrifice defense for triple doubles, different things where you could get, ball movement, you can get the ball moving around, and you'll have somebody else find that. because, you know, you can win without you. It's not necessarily super teams. Now that helps, you know, the better talent, you know, that definitely is an advantage. But, you know, super teams doesn't always work because there's only one ball to go around. There's only one ball to go around. And so how you run your offense is definitely key. You see things like, you know, because we can say like, hey, we want Paul George and things like that. But, you know, where you may have more consistency out of that single person, you know, with Paul George, you know, he'll give you 22 points, you know what I'm saying? But it'll be, you know, maybe off 40% shooting, 45% shooting. 45 is pretty good, 40 is, you know, pretty low, but, you know, you never know. Whereas in, you know, you get the ball movement, you see things as in what Golden State was able to accomplish in the championship. You know, JaVale McGee one game had 12, you know, about 12 points off 6 of 6 shooting. And then I think it was Cook. I think it might have been Cook or Nick Young, either Cook or Nick Young, but one of them. They were 5 for 5. You know what I'm saying? With 10 points, 5 for 5 shooting. So that's 100%. You getting 22 points right there off 100% shooting. So, you know, you can't beat that at all. And you know, that was the main thing that killed Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? And I think they were, you know, they didn't have the confidence either. They went in there. You know what I'm saying? I think LeBron did too. They just went in there with a defeated attitude of, oh, they got 4 guys, so they got too much, you know, for us. So, and they're gonna now they got to deal with 5 guys. Now they got to deal with 5 guys, but they have to remember that, you know, there's only one basketball. Just share. He's got to have trust in the team. You got to put more trust in the team than what you've had. You got great weapons, budding weapons. You got Kyle Kuzma, and they're tall too. You got Kyle Kuzma. Brandon Ingram. There's so much you can do with Ingram. You can, not necessarily, you know, he won't be a bang power forward, but he can, you know, probably, you know, he can play power forward at times, you know, just kind of play on the, kind of at the top of the key or something, or, you know, be able to move around. They can run different lineups. He can play shooting guard. And Brandon Ingram, you know what I'm saying, can handle the ball. He can set up offense also. So you can it's just about he's able to do that. Rondo's able to do that. So it's just about if LeBron's gonna allow this to happen, you know what I'm saying, and sacrifice the triple doubles, because he'll get his points, but we have to sacrifice the triple doubles. You know what I'm saying? We can't worry about trying to get 10, 15 assists and stuff like that, and trying to, you know, he'll get his rebounds, especially in the 3-point shooting age, because, you know, if he's playing on the outside, you know, 3-point shooting is, you know, he's gonna get his rebounds. It's gonna bounce out to him, but, you know, you can't be chasing rebounds, you know. But I don't think he's really had too much of a problem. That's more of a Russell Westbrook thing. So no, we'll see where the Lakers go. I just it's gonna be interesting. They can make this team work. Like I said, it's just LeBron's gonna have to change his whole way of playing, and they still gotta get a tough big guy in there, because they're having JaVale McGee as a starting big man. That's not gonna work. He's good to play in pockets, come in, do what he does, and then take off. But you trying to get him there the whole time, man. You're gonna start a whole JaVale McGee. You're gonna force Shaq to come with the Shaq to the fool. He got to pick on you again. And I know that motherfucker got in his feelings and, oh yeah, stop talking about me. And Kevin Durant came to his defense and all that crap. But it's like, nah, he gonna be back. He gonna be the Shaq and the food champion again, man. If y'all leave him out there trying to play 30 minutes or something like that, like, nah, just bring him in, have him do what he does, play within the offense. He'll do that. He'll give you energy. You know what I'm saying? He could play defensively, but playing the whole game. It's just they made some questionable things. You know, Lance Stevenson. They made some questionable decisions. I mean, Lance Stevenson and everything. So it's gonna be interesting, man. I think what we're waiting on is free agency this year. You know what I'm saying? With Klay, hopefully we get Klay Thompson. You know what I'm saying? Klay Thompson will be a free agent. Kawhi will be on the market. So that's when it'll, you know what I'm saying? We just build these guys right now. Hopefully they don't have to trade these guys. And then, you know, they'll be able to, you know what I'm saying, make something happen to where we can get either Klay or Kawhi. You know what I'm saying? And I think Klay will be a perfect match with LeBron. perfect match with LeBron. That'll help extend his career, but we'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see, man. I got to brace myself. This is you know, got to deal with Trump for 4 years, and I got to deal with LeBron.
Well, that was a perfect way to end it off. All right, and so yeah, that was Imp's Take, and brought to you by your boy Corey Gilmore. You can find him on Grit Sports Media on Facebook. You can find me on the Average Guy Podcast on Facebook as well, and the Average Guy Studios on Instagram. So with all that being said, this is the Average Guy Podcast on the Average Guy Studios, man. Till Thursday, 9 o'clock. We out, man. Peace.
Peace. Yeah.